Winners don't use drugs.
What's up, everybody? We're live.
Heyo.
Yo!
This Wednesday night. You know that means it's shitty movie time.
Viewer
Darius,
advisory.
Darius, Nate, Space Lab X. I call him Nate. How you
That's
guys doing?
fine.
How you guys doing?
Doing great. Yeah.
Are you still stunned from what the hell we just watched?
I would rather take a stunner from Stone Cold than what happened in that second to
Very
last
good.
scene of
I
the
got
movie.
stunned by a cattle prod.
Yeah.
Motherfucking basket.
Yeah. I think you've really outdone yourself, Slasher, because
You know
that
what?
was the worst movie we've watched yet.
I find some gems, bro. I find some gems. I really do.
That. Oof.
I'd stick
Was
my
that
hand-
straight to video?
After that.
Did that movie ever have a theatrical release?
Let's see right now.
I think it did.
Okay, I'm looking at Wikipedia. It only says budget. It doesn't say box office. Oh wait, the film was released theatrically in the United States. Played as a midnight movie for several years afterwards. Okay, so
Midnight movie. Okay, so it could have been like one of the movies you would see in that dingy 1980s Times Square. Yeah.
Yeah, you could buy heroin in the lobby and then go see this movie.
Yeah, grindhouse theaters, double
Why would you want
features.
to shoot up heroin and then go watch a movie?
Why would you want to go watch this movie? Like, if this is a movie that you don't go to the theater to see.
Because of the movie poster.
And you could say because of the, and then like name 50 other things about this movie.
Yeah.
I will say,
Well, do you have the movie poster?
I would watch this again. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude,
I would
the poster
show it to somebody. Yeah.
The poster looks like a grindcore album cover.
All right. Oh.
It's just black and white, high contrast, red bloody letters.
There's two more. I can't believe that there was two more of this movie.
How?
What?
But how's that possible? Did they survive?
Who the fuck knows? Maybe it has something to do with a different conjoining twin. Oh, sorry. No. Oh, whoops. I almost spoiled it.
Oh,
Spoiled it.
what do you mean almost? You did.
All right. Let's bring up the poster.
Yeah, we have different degrees of how linear we like to be with our movie review. I try to stay chronological as not to ruin the surprise. The tenant in room 7 is very small, very twisted, and very mad.
What is this?
Starring Kevin Van Haken
from Rugged Films.
Starring nobody who was probably ever in another movie again.
Yeah,
by Gus Russo.
I don't think I recognize any of those actors from any other movie.
Can't say a thing. Although there was a lot of wigs in this, so they were very disguised.
So many wigs.
This was a very wig-heavy movie.
Yeah, a lot of the actors were not as attractive as actors you would see in a movie. The receptionist
What's up,
was
Eric?
okay. She was obviously wearing a wig.
The first
and then
was the receptionist, yes. And she was cute.
Yeah, she was. I will defend her.
You're
the
Florida man now, Darius?
Florida man, I guess.
Did you move?
I don't know. Maybe Parrothead knows something I don't. Well, he definitely knows a lot of things I don't.
You're not on the mean streets of Detroit anymore.
I'm on the fringe.
Yeah.
He's in Ocean City.
You've flown to Florida like a lot of people did, right?
I have flown to Florida once. We used to drive down there every summer when I was a kid because my stepdad was obsessed with Florida. But no, I only flew into Fort Myers once for a 12-hour vacation and then came back to
Oh.
Detroit.
12 hours.
And you always, the thing about flying into and out of Detroit is that you always know which direction you're going based on the disposition of the other passengers, right? Because they're always happy to leave and they're always miserable going back.
Yeah, that sounds like New York.
Well, you got two airports, right? You got LaGuardia and Kennedy. Yeah.
Anyway, so this fucking movie. Holy shit. Fucking. These early 80s movies and late 70s movies, they all seem to have this particular style.
Yeah, we seem to keep getting movies from within a 10-year period.
All right, so far with you, Frogs.
Yeah, was 72.
Miami Connection was the first one.
No, if Frogs wasn't in the 70s, that's about the 80s.
Frogs
70s.
was 72.
72.
What?
Young
Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam
Sans
Elliott,
mustache.
Elliott with no mustache.
Frogs gave me nightmares as a young kid.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I must have seen if you're saying it came out in the 70s, I must have seen it when it was on TV. Like, it wasn't, I didn't even see it. I saw a commercial for it. And I assumed it was a trailer. And it freaked me out for years. Like, it took me like 20 years to find it on DVD and resolve my issues. And
They put it on
realize-
DVD?
Yes.
There was a similar one called Squirm. Ever heard of that one? Worms.
No.
Like, the enemy of the movie was killer worms.
Well, the thing in Frogs is the frogs didn't really kill anyone.
No, the
They were
frogs
just
got all
around.
the other animals to do their killing.
Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah, it was like Nature Mafia.
Yeah.
You had the frogs overseeing all the kills.
The
You
frogs
got
had control.
spiders.
They had
All
control
the
over
spiders with Jimmy the Scorpion.
Yeah.
If I recall, there was a greenhouse murder, and the
Yep.
frogs like jumped on top of a turntable, and that was just like like the frogs were in
Yeah.
the room. Also, frogs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and the camera closes in on him as he's haunted by all the animals he's hunted.
so far we did Frogs, Miami Connection. Darius, I don't remember if you weren't with us for Deadly Bet, right?
No, I missed that one.
So some of these movies I've seen before, and some of them I haven't. I've never seen this one before. I think I would watch this one again. Because of how stupid. I found this stupidly.
That makes one of us.
I found it very stupidly entertaining.
It was entertaining. I'll give you that.
It was a sight to behold.
I mean, it was a movie.
Dwayne comes back in the sequel.
Oh, you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking up the movie, and I looked up the actor to see if he's been in anything else. He's in Basket Case 2, and Basket Case 3.
Oh, is it the
He's
same
in all
actor?
three.
Yeah.
Is it the same actor?
Well, he looked up the actor.
Yeah. Kevin Van Hentenryck. And he was in a movie called Brain Damage. Oh my God. You'll never guess. The character's name that he plays in Brain Damage is Man with Basket.
No.
Yes.
The crossover.
Nice little callback. Okay, I finally found out his brother's name. Oh wait, sorry, no
What?
spoilers. No spoilers. Let's go into a little bit more of a description of this movie.
You spoiled it twice.
Yeah, let's go
Oh.
into.
The same director, by the way, did all three of the Basket Case movies and Brain Damage. Looks like a Dutch guy. In fact,
Okay.
this is probably a Dutch production. His name is Frank Henenlotter.
Hello, Mr.
Good
CCTV. How you doing? How you doing, Mr.
What's up? Mr. CCDV.
Haven't seen you around in a while. Hope all is well. Where's he been? Wow.
He's back.
Good to see him back.
Always
Chill
good
guy.
to have Mr. CCDV back.
Chill guy.
Yeah, man. And a great karaoke singer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, he sings on Rambling all the time. Every week.
Okay. So, start of the movie.
Oh, wow.
Can't remember
Dude.
the original doctor's name.
The Dr.
Oh,
Popgun.
Yeah. The one who it literally looks like he has a cap gun. Oh.
Liftlander.
Are they, yeah,
Dr. Liftlander.
Liftlander is leaving his office and he sees some ruckus going on in the bushes.
I think that was his house.
Legit like a foot off the bushes. I thought it was his office. Because, they run in and whoever's following him chases him into the house and all right, house, office, whatever the fuck it was. Either way, he gets murdered. We see a bloody file folder.
Well, it doesn't start bloody.
Which means we have some story to this movie. Yes, despite the actual content of this movie, it actually does have a story.
Yeah. It has twists and turns and reveals.
Honestly, I don't think the story was too bad. So, then all of a sudden we get our grimy late 70s, early 80s Times Square shot. Hookers galore. He's walking past peep shows, and he's carrying a basket.
A big wicker basket.
Big wicker basket through Times Square.
Yep. Straight out of Yogi Bear.
Hooker and drug dealer infested Times Square.
The usual.
Yeah. Because that was the only way you could depict New York City in these types of movies.
Did Ed Koch fix that?
No, he did not.
Was it Giuliani?
Rudy Giuliani is the one who fixed all that. Times Square wasn't really sanitized until Giuliani was mayor.
What a prude.
Oh, and
Where am I
Giuliani.
going to store my angel dust?
Giuliani.
That good cocaine. Quaaludes. Methadone.
He also fought to keep the UFC out of New York for years, too.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, for a long time, there was no MMA allowed in New York City because of Giuliani.
Giuliani or Giuliani? Most Def said that once.
But no, this was Ed Koch era New York, so it's kind of fitting how it looked.
Yeah, like we've seen in Taxi Driver and
what we did in The Exterminator.
And The Exterminator. It even looked like some of the same sex shops.
It probably was. Seriously, there was a shot in this movie where you see the big sign lit up that says Playland. Yeah. I've seen that thing in like 4 different movies. And I actually walked past there when they took down that marquee and it just said Playland and lights. I think that wasn't a porno theater. I think that was an arcade.
Well, when we watch these movies and we see that shot over and over, I imagine a little slasher in a hoodie staring down at his Game Boy, walking past.
No,
go away.
Game Boy didn't exist at that time.
Oh, okay.
I'd have been playing like one of those electronic football handhelds.
Oh yeah, like a Tiger.
Yeah, like you get from Radio Shack.
Yeah. Those like $1.99 ones. All right, so motherfucker brings a basket into a hotel. And all right, we get to see the level of acting immediately. We get to see. I wonder if the director was telling these people to act bad on purpose.
What if the hotel owner was the director?
That wouldn't be
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a shocker right there. That definitely wouldn't.
I
The
can
hotel
check.
owner who's wearing the same clothes every time you see him, by the way.
Yeah, he was. He's always there at the desk, always wearing the same suspenders over a white T-shirt.
Oh, it's yelling.
Suspenders and a belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the old
Those
drunk
pants-
man. There's an old drunk man who hangs out in the lobby with him.
Those pants aren't coming down unless he wants it to.
I know, right? Pretty redundant. And those big early '80s glasses,
Yeah. He got the
his
sideburns.
mustache.
Yeah, he got the sideburns.
Kind of looked like a discount Ron Jeremy.
He looked a bit like my friend's dad. Like just minus like 200 pounds.
Robert Vogel was the hotel manager.
Nope, that's not the director.
Nope, not Frank Henenlotter.
The writer director.
Frank
Yes. Writer director. Was that a guess or did you look it up?
Oh no, I noticed it.
Okay.
Yeah, Frank Henenlotter, you are a fucking you are an unheralded genius.
Did you say you found the budget for this movie?
It says the budget, but it doesn't say there was a box office. The budget is
What's the budget?
35,000.
35,000.
15,000 of that was paid by Budweiser.
I'd say 20,000 of that went into wigs.
Another 5,000 was to have a nice day logo company.
That's 5 times the budget of El Mariachi.
Wait. Also, there was claymation too. There was a claymation.
Oh yeah. Well, it was at least stop motion.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like every time we saw the creature in this. Because sorry, spoiler for this 1982 movie. There's a creature. He's not always claymation. Just when he's bugging out on the floor.
Yeah, when he's actually like attached to a human being, he looks kind of like a rubber mask.
Oh yeah. And he could stick to walls. He has superhuman strength.
And he's a telepath.
We see he has superhuman strength. Yes, he's also telekinetic. He's I don't know. So this thing ain't really disabled.
Well, before we even get a look at him, the guy, what was his name?
Dwayne.
Dwayne. Yeah, Dwayne is picking up burgers and other stuff to eat, and he comes back to the hotel and opens the top of the basket and just starts dropping it in.
Dumping
you hear this
hamburgers into the
and you just hear like a
and the basket's rattling around.
yeah. And like
'cause
Nate
that's
noticed, he didn't even have to take it out of the tinfoil.
Oh, that was the second round of burgers, or he just dumps them all in the bag. He takes the bag and dumps a bag full of fucking tinfoil wrapped burgers in there.
I wonder if that burger stand's still around.
Probably nothing that we saw on screen in that movie is probably open. It's probably all shut down, turned into a Starbucks or a Burger King.
Yeah, I think it's like $1 million a year now to get a hot dog stand near Times Square.
That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Low Spec. How you doing?
Oh, he's seen it. What's up, Low Spec?
See, I know people have seen this, like, because I watched a lot of streams. I mean, watched a lot of YouTube videos and even streams where they were talking about shitty movies. And this is where I think it was not the Nostalgia Critic. I think it was the Cinema Snob.
I've never heard of the Cinema Snob.
No, never heard.
I heard about him from Slasher.
does a lot of these shitty types of movies.
Sounds like Low Spec was doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
You were in high school when you saw this, Low Spec?
He's ahead of the game.
I wonder if he saw the sequels.
I wonder if he touched boobs in high school. I know I didn't.
Which, well, it's
but I
it's
would have.
funny. Yeah, that's related to part of the plot.
Oh, you're just gonna dance around it like that?
Well, that's later on in the movie. We got to build up to that point.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get there when we get there.
And by the way, Slasher, the director is a true blue New Yorker.
Oh shit!
Yep.
That's one of your
NYC.
people.
Yeah, that's my people, Nate.
Yep. He gleefully misspent his youth watching a large array of blithely cheap and cheesy low-budget exploitation flicks in various seedy grindhouse theaters on Manhattan's 42nd Street.
And it fucking
And then he made one.
shows.
Well, 3.
4, if you include
I will say this
Brain damage.
brain damage, yes.
We don't know how bad brain damage
movie
is.
was pretty. This movie was pretty gory. I will say that. Like it was. Okay, we watched that movie, The Exterminator, and that was a total bait and switch because it started off with a beheading, and then you really see too much gore after that. This one was pretty gory.
Yeah, it's a little like I would say it's a little inconsistent with the level of like exploitation and gore because sometimes you expect it and it's like
Oh, okay. Like the times where the basket opens and nothing, shit like that.
right, and then when you see it, it's not like a slow reveal. When we
By the way,
see
you gotta
the
keep your eye on
goblin,
the basket. You got to keep your eye on that basket.
yeah. Once we see it, it's out. It's all the way out. That's what it
And
felt
that-
like,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I'm sorry, that motherfucker.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about something else that was all the way out later in the movie.
Well, yeah, when we didn't expect that either. After, they do clever cutting away so we don't see any pubes. And then we get an upskirt shot.
You got to keep your eye on the basket because every time the basket is involved, you know there's going to be trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If that basket's a rockin', don't come a knocking.
Especially
Bad
after-
news basket.
Especially after the guy tries to steal the basket in the movie theater and breaks the lock off it.
Right. Yeah, kicks it, breaks the lock.
On the wicker basket.
Yeah. And this thing jumps out of the basket onto the guy's face and rips his face off in the bathroom.
Yeah, it just goes straight to full face removal.
He didn't die.
Yeah,
The guy didn't die, though. He ran out screaming. He didn't die.
Right.
He did it?
No, he just ran out of the bathroom screaming.
Yeah.
Mm,
And by
yeah,
face
you're right.
removal, I mean like we see deep gouges in faces in the movie. So like the whole face
yeah.
doesn't come all the way off, but it's
Yeah.
like
It's scratches, basically.
yeah,
Well,
This
it's like a
thing-
huge
peeled
scratches.
face.
Scratches, bites, and chokes.
The skin peels like those fruit roll-ups.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what movie to compare it to. Like the way that the gouges were like huge and just kind of protrude out from the face.
Also,
think,
The thing about sticking fingers in the mouth.
some of the gouges were bloody and some of them weren't. If you noticed that. Did you notice that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. This thing also like sticking its little nubby fingers in its mouth and like dragging them down.
Wasn't it the Marine in Avatar that gets his face gouged with like these giant scratches in his forehead?
It's been so long since I've watched Avatar.
Yeah, and I only watched it once when it first
Yeah.
came out.
Same.
It was so preachy. I was like, really? And then there's
Yeah, I
Then
can't
there's
say
bestiality.
I can't say I was a fan of Avatar.
Avatar has bestiality that no one talks about but me. Like
And then
the same.
people kept telling me that Avatar was ripped off from Fern Gully, and then I watched Fern Gully, and I was like, oh yeah, they're kind of right.
Kinda, yeah. But
Yeah,
no,
but Fern
like,
Gully had the Hexus.
But it was kind of like the story was pretty similar.
Oh yeah, sacred tree. Don't cut
The,
it down.
but
the
there
dude
was
gets
no like
Harry
sex
size. The
thing.
dude living amongst the blue people in Avatar.
I just imagine Nate in the theater with the 3D glasses on when they interface with the beasts, looking around like, is everyone else seeing this?
He raped that dragon, and then he used the same thing to have sex with that girl. That's the penis. That's the same organ.
He's already lying about his species.
It's yeah.
False pretenses.
You know, I've
Yeah.
never seen this one. I know this is a classic bad movie, but I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
No, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes isn't a bad movie. It's intentionally bad, like Killer Clowns.
Yeah, of course. Fucking
So it's just like a intentionally cheesy horror.
Class of Nukem High.
Killer Tomatoes had a cartoon.
Yeah, I know.
It was
I remember that when I was a kid.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
They also had a pretty bad NES game too.
Well, also
Hey.
Toxic Avenger had a cartoon too.
Mhm.
Crusaders. Yeah, Toxic Crusaders had action figures. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the Toxic Avenger also had a bad NES game, just like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Lloyd Kaufman was getting paid.
Hey, did we get to Needleman yet?
Okay, yeah. So,
Needleman's next, yeah.
well, main guy, our human character,
Dwayne.
he has the bloody files. Yes, Dwayne has the bloody
The
files.
bloody files.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when
Dr. Lifflander's blood.
yeah,
I know, but
he gets killed.
it's the
getting
bloody files.
all over the file. Are you saying I'm saying bloody like a Brit? The bloody files.
He's got the bloody files, man.
Bloody files there. Or I thought we lost you there.
And he just sets them down right next to the basket after dumping in the hamburgers.
And then all right, a drunk old man in the lobby starts sneaking around.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, first of all, Dwayne pays for his hotel room. He pulls out like thousands of dollars out of his pocket to hand the guy at the counter $20 for the night at the hotel.
He has a wad of 50s, but he's counting them out. Like 50, 50, 50.
To pay
50,
$20.
50. Oh, here you go.
I think he was flexing there. That's what I think it was. He's like, hey, look at me.
We never found out where he got it.
No, we
I think
found
it was
out.
inheritance.
Okay.
We found out later on his aunt is the one who takes care of him and
Right. Okay.
takes care of Dwayne and someone else. She's taking care of two people. Nate, movie's from 1982, so I guess we could go into spoilers.
Well, you said the old guy was sneaking around.
Yeah, old guy sneaking around.
Well, first through the keyhole.
Well, there's also a hooker across the hall from Dwayne. She's a
With
very
a heart
nice
of gold.
She's a very nice hooker. She's a hooker.
She did have a heart of gold.
I don't know. She looked out for Dwayne. She knocked on Dwayne's door and let him know that someone was snooping around.
Right.
And then she walked in and snooped.
That's
That's
her way in.
That's very unlike what you would see a hooker do in these types of movies. Like in these types of movies, the hooker would usually pull out a switchblade and try to stab somebody. Or get stabbed themselves.
Well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it wouldn't be exploitation without a stabbed hooker.
Or a hooker in general. It wouldn't be exploitation.
Right. Also, the hooker returns a basket case, too.
Oh, my God. The same woman?
Really?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Does the receptionist come back?
I don't know yet.
woman?
Oh, Casey was the hooker. I kept calling her Stacy. It's Casey.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I saw her name was Casey because at the end someone was credited as Casey's John.
oh
John.
yeah.
Pretty
When
on the
they're
nose.
when they're walking into when we first see
No,
Casey walking into
No,
her
it's Casey's John, like possessive. That first guy that she pulled in, or that was like filling her up.
Yeah, when Dwayne
Well,
first
what?
yeah.
Wait a minute. Was she a hooker? We never saw her exchange money
Yeah, you know,
for
honestly,
sex. She
well,
could
all
have
right,
just been like having sex with some dude
but it did
at the
say
bar.
Casey's John in the credits, so that
It
I
did.
guess implies that she was a hooker. Although we did get
And-
the impression she was a hooker just by letting some dude into her room that was grabbing her ass in the hallway.
Right. I thought it was wardrobe, really, that indicated that she was a hooker.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the very first thing we see her in, yes. Yes, this woman looks like she's like 50 years old, trying to cling on to something from her past.
Right. When she's always hanging out in the hallway wearing lingerie.
There's a lot of
Well, I
people.
mean, it's a busy hallway.
I was saying,
That's
there's a lot of people hanging out in the hallway. First of all, every time something goes on, the hallway fills up with everybody in the fucking hotel.
Always wearing the
Yeah.
same clothes.
Yeah. Oh, everyone in that building wears the same fucking clothes.
There's that guy who looks like he works on the pier. who's
Yeah,
snooping
there's
around.
the guy who looks like a dock worker. There's the guy who looks like he grabbed his wife's bathrobe and he's wandering around the halls in slippers.
And my favorite guy, the turtleneck guy.
That guy.
Who's like a head taller than everybody else.
That's right. There's also the crazy lady that starts talking to Dwayne when he first walks into the hotel. She's another wig wearer.
Oh, and the
Big
sweater
wall.
guy. The ugly sweater guy.
Oh wait, which one was the ugly sweater guy?
He just had this ugly Cosby sweater on.
I didn't
Oh.
notice the Cosby.
Yeah, I can't remember that guy.
Let's see if I can
You
find
know
the
those
frame.
Cosby sweaters are super expensive. Like
You mean-
it's like a premium product.
I can't say I've ever looked up the price of Cosby sweaters.
Yeah, they're like Versace. That's like what Biggie wore too.
Oh, wow. You mean like a legit Cosby sweater, right? Not like an imitation one?
No, yeah, a legit one.
Legit Cosby. I don't want one of those bootleg
Those
Cosby.
are like those. Yeah, those aren't like they look weird, but it's like high fashion.
I want one of those authentic Cosby sweaters.
Probably a couple grand.
Okay.
I used to work with a guy at a call center, and he was a like a cornerback for the New York Giants, and he had retired and everything.
Oh, really? What was
And
his
he
name?
wore one of those,
What was
and I
his
was
name?
like, "Nice Cosby sweater," and I laughed, and he never wore it again.
What was this guy's name?
I don't remember. He was like a Giant in like 2002, 2003, something like that.
All right, so he didn't have a long career, I guess.
He may have played other places. I just remember he was a Giant.
All right. I think I found the best clue we're going to get to her being a hooker. She picks up this guy. We don't see him give her any money,
But
but she looks.
that
Hooker.
wink, that
Yeah.
wink is so forced.
She's also wearing like the type of dress that you usually see in movies where there's Asian prostitutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hollywood.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
just because a
later-
woman winks at
later
a
on.
man.
And later on, she's dressed like she's in the fucking 1920s.
Yeah. No, I didn't mind that. It was just out of place.
It
Because it wasn't even like a jazz club.
Oh, she's a stylish hooker.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what kind of music they were playing, really. Could you hear it?
No.
Yeah, it just
When they're in
seemed
the
like a
bar later. When they're in the bar later, yeah, I don't even remember hearing music. I just remember hearing background noise.
Bar noises.
Him being drunk off his ass and the fucking explaining to her what's in the bathroom.
Right. Oh yeah. So the one guy in the hallway comes snooping around, and Casey tells him, "What are you doing? Get out of here!" And he's like, "What does he say? Does he say, oh, that guy, he might have money."
Before I knock on his door.
Yeah. So she runs him off, and then she walks away.
Walks
But
away.
then, yeah,
She walks away complaining about all the idiots that live in the building, and then walks back to Dwayne's door.
yeah,
She's talking about
knocks on it.
the size of cars, and she said something about someone who pissed on her door.
You know what this?
To let you know how grimy Times Square was.
That hotel reminds me of the boarding house where Hey Arnold lived.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Sherry. How you doing?
Hey Sherry.
Hey Sherry.
Talking crap movies again.
Mm-hmm. But he opens the door and to talk to her, and she just pushes her way in.
Yeah, but like, all right.
But she warns him not to leave money laying around.
Yeah, she walks into his
She would know.
without even like saying, "Can I come in?" But
Right.
warns him of the old man, of the drunk old man in the lobby. The drunk old man who can't stop talking about the money that guy has, about the money that Dwayne has. He's like obsessed with the amount of money that Dwayne has.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't have been flashing that money around in the first place.
He was kind of a moron though, with Dwayne.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, considering what he had with him,
Oh,
he didn't seem to have much
Yeah.
fear.
The IQ levels of everyone in this movie is fucking ground. It's like ground level.
Yeah.
So
I disagree. Based on that Saw scene, they knew what they were doing.
Okay. Wheelbarrow? The wheelbarrow of doom?
Yes. At some point, somebody had some brains. To make
somebody
a booby
behind the
trap.
camera.
And she said,
Yeah.
Sherry says she has to see this. It looks interesting. All right, well,
Yeah, you do have to see this movie.
I
It's
do call
mandatory.
this viewer advisory for a reason. Hello, Pop.
Hey, pop culture curator.
Hey, pop culture.
Thank you. Thank you for joining
Oh yeah,
us.
and that random dude walks by while the
fish-
door's hanging open.
The lobster fisherman, whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah.
The longshoreman.
Oh, are there lobster in New York City?
Oh yeah.
There are.
I don't know. There's plenty of there's a place not too far from me called City Island where that's pretty big. It's like a big seafood area. There's shit ton of seafood restaurants there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we do have lobster swimming around here somewhere.
City Island?
Yeah.
I've never heard of. Is it actually an island?
Yeah, there was a movie called City Island that was filmed there too. Like there was a bunch of
Oh,
who the hell was in it? There was some famous actors in it. Fuck.
Ben Affleck.
Oh,
I don't think Ben Affleck was in it.
so right after that, he goes to the doctor. And,
Dr. Needleman, MD.
Dr. Needleman, or as I call him, Needleman.
Pop
And
culture
there's this-
curator. Do you see this, Darren?
Oh, big Henenlotter fan. Right on.
Oh. Have you seen Brain Damage? Pop culture.
Maybe he has.
He says he's a big Henlotter fan.
Yeah, this is my first Henenlotter film.
Yeah, this is my Henenlotter cherry popping.
Yeah, I would say the same. And if I did see something from this guy, I wouldn't have even realized it. By the way, what year was Brain Damage? Dude, I gotta look.
I thought that was 89.
What was that?
That's the cherry popping sound.
That is an awful sound for Cherry.
And
It
Yeah,
sounded like somebody who tied like their tooth to a door and slammed it to pull it out.
Oh, brain damage, 88. Okay.
88. Okay. Oh, and
Thank you, Pop Culture, because I do believe you have added one to the list. And upcoming reviews.
so I freeze framed the receptionist.
That's a
Look at that
bad
wig.
one.
Look at that
That's a
wig.
real bad one.
Oh yeah, that
I know.
She looks
She's-
like she's having a
a lot-
stroke.
Yeah, she's a lot cuter
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah, she is actually pretty cute, but she's obviously wearing a wig.
That fucking wig, dude.
What
That
if she just has like good
that
bounce in her hair?
That part where they're by the water, I was like, oh, they better hope it not gets too windy because
Right, because she wants to go out on a date with him, and Slasher is saying, "Yeah, well, I'll put on my special wig. This is just my work wig."
seriously, like if she was by the water for too much longer, and the breeze took up, that she would be flying with the seagulls.
Well, that's still not flattering.
Yeah, you're finding her these pictures of her where she's like putting on these bug eyes.
Yeah, like the next freeze frame is like one eye's open, one eye's half closed.
What's good,
What's up,
Hester?
Hester?
How you doing, bro?
Hey, Esther,
There's Dwayne.
look at that hair.
Oh, and yeah, the
Dwayne-
hair, something else.
Dwayne's fucking
That I think this lighting is intentional, you know, with the for the split mind, one half in light,
Split
one half in darkness.
mine.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
We
if,
get
if he's that deep, then he's very underrespected.
we get
dude.
telekinesis in this movie.
Dude, cinematographers think about that stuff all the time.
Oh man, if that's the case, then
But so he's basically just going to the doctor, Needleman.
Dr. Needleman or Needleman as
Needleman.
H. Needleman, MD.
Needleman. And
So
Dr.
he goes in to see him. The
Needleman,
doctor, the
balding
doctor,
Jemmy.
did the doctor even
Yeah.
recognize him?
Nope.
No, he changed his name so it would be
Oh.
a surprise.
Yeah,
He was
and he takes his shirt off.
so okay. So between his first experience with Dr. Needleman and this experience with Dr. Needleman, I don't recall how long the timeline has been.
Probably 20 years, 15
20 years?
Yeah.
I
Would you
would have
this
guessed
whole-
He
10.
was a baby.
The vengeance has been building up for that long.
He did what he did. I'm not going to spoil it.
Well, when we see the flashback, I thought he was maybe like 16, 17. So I would
That-
guess
you
at
know
least
what?
10.
You're right. They
Look,
left
that-
that.
He didn't look that much older when he was, grown up.
Yeah,
I
and as
forgot
Slasher
that they
pointed
let
out,
things be for so long.
I don't know. But as Slasher pointed out, the best casting in the movie was as the younger Dwayne, who actually looked a lot like Dwayne.
It did look exactly like him. So they did right by one fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just one casting.
So Needleman has him take his shirt off. And with this big grin on his face, he takes his shirt off and has this giant, gnarly looking scar all down his right side.
Dun dun dun.
And that's when I figured out the plot of the movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
See, it was already ruined for me. So it wasn't a surprise to find out what it actually was. 'Cause
Yeah.
I already...
Ruined by the blurb.
Yeah, that's true. IMDb gives you
What does the blurb say? Or do you want to say it later?
I'll tell you right now. Okay. IMDb. A young man carrying a big basket that
Not that
contains
big.
his extremely deformed, formerly conjoined twin brother, spoiler, seeks vengeance on the doctors who separated them against their will.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's multiple spoilers.
That's the whole plot of the movie.
Yeah, yes. IMDb basically gives the whole fucking movie away.
Right. But when Nate saw the scar, he guessed, oh, conjoined twin. And the receptionist doesn't see the nasty scar.
Ever.
No, that's true. She never does. And she strongly hints that she wants to go out with him. He's like, oh, no, thanks. I'm really busy. But then he thinks about it and he sets down the basket across the room and he creeps up to her and whispers, like, yeah, okay. What's your phone number? And so she writes down her phone number and her address and gives it to him. And she says, why are we whispering? He says, I don't want him to hear. And she says, the doctor? Shh. And then he sneaks back over to the basket, picks it up, and slinks out with it.
Yeah, because somebody in this movie is a major cockblock.
Yes. Worse than that, even.
Oh.
There's a certain goblin in this movie that doesn't want anyone getting any.
It's not a goblin.
I call him a goblin.
That's a misrepresentation. It's like calling a duck a chicken.
So he takes the basket out to a movie theater to see a kung fu movie.
Oh, did you see if that's a real movie or not?
I don't know yet.
I'm gonna take my basket goblin to go see this kung fu movie. He's watching a fucking kung fu movie and falls asleep. Yeah.
Wow.
They're legit making wah noises too.
Yeah.
What is that? When that guy had the nunchucks, he was legit going wah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he had to pay for an extra seat for his basket?
Probably not.
Also, why couldn't he like let his brother? Oh, sorry. Whoops, my bad. Oh no, it was already spoiled. He could have just let his brother watch the movie with him, right? He could have opened the basket and be like, "Hey, watch."
Yeah, in
Well,
theory.
he could have been looking through the thing, through the wicker.
Oh, yeah. So he falls asleep and doesn't notice that the basket has been stolen.
Yoink.
Yoink. That's when the guy busts the lock off with his foot.
What if there were like rabbits inside?
Ah!
Rabbits.
I don't want to play too much of it, but
I don't understand though. What is the appeal of robbing a basket like for a criminal? Is someone
well, he took it to the theater. Must have something important in it.
criminals really?
No, it had picnic supplies.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, was he
Had
expecting
some sandwiches, a pie.
Did he want sandwiches and like a banana or something?
You know, like, come to think of it, yeah, you said you wonder if he has to like buy a second seat for the basket. I'm surprised they let him take it in at all because the concessions where they make all the money. Yeah.
Yeah. You're taking out our concessions with that pie and the sandwich
Well,
and the wine and the cheese.
Maybe Dwayne did the same thing to the people in the box office like he did to the guy in the hotel. Like the guy in the hotel asked him, he's like, "What's in the basket?" He was like, "Oh, it's just clothes." He told him that, so maybe he told the box office people, "It's just clothes."
The only movie theater I've ever been to would let me get away with that.
Maybe he wanted the clothes.
Yeah, he's only wearing a wife beater.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, a tank top.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess if I was sitting next to someone who was just randomly sitting in a movie theater holding a basket, I guess I would be curious. But it's not like, oh, I gotta rob that basket. I need to fucking see what I could get for
Take
this.
that picnic basket.
Yeah.
Right. But when he opens it, he gets a horrible surprise.
First of
It
all,
runs out.
this thing not only sticks to walls like Spider-Man, but it could jump like Spider-Man too. This thing doesn't. This thing, if you open the basket, it will jump out in your face.
Despite having anything to jump with.
Yeah.
Right. But at this point, we only see it from the basket goblin's perspective so far. But we see the thief running out of the bathroom, clutching his bloody face. Like Slasher mentioned earlier. So he does survive.
Yeah, he does.
No pop culture. I won't forget Basket Case 2 because I think that's on the list.
1990? That big of a gap?
They had to let it simmer, bro.
Whoa.
It needed time to get popular on VHS.
They had to let it
So
marinate.
that means that Basket Case came out, then Brain Damage, then Basket Case 2.
Yeah, I see Brain Damage as this guy's second movie.
That's weird.
Yeah.
There's also a big gap between Basket Case and Brain Damage. Fucking 6 years, bro.
Yeah.
It took this guy 6 years to make another movie.
You gotta get the backing. Budweiser's not gonna come around every time.
But then Basket Case 3, 91.
Yeah.
1 year later.
They probably filmed them at the same time.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Because that worked out so well for The Matrix.
It's good,
Hey,
Tommy.
greetings, Tommy.
I know, bro. I know you couldn't make it through to watch the shitty movie, but thanks for coming through the chat, Tommy.
Tommy always shows up.
So how far are we into the movie now with everything that's been going on?
Movie theater.
About 25 minutes. So let's see.
All right. Dude gets his face ripped off.
Yeah, and runs out. Dwayne grabs the basket, shaking his head in disappointment. And so
we also forgot that Dwayne is in the opening. Dwayne is yelling at the floor, saying, "I'm not going to have this conversation with you anymore."
Oh yeah.
They have a mental connection.
Twin goblin connection.
Yeah, it's like E.T. and Elliot. It's kind of like the same thing, right?
Well, E.T.
Sure.
could talk.
That's true.
Yeah, but remember when E.T. gets drunk at the house, and then all of a sudden Elliot's getting drunk in school because E.T.'s at home drinking?
Oh yes, I made a video about that.
Gotta find the link to share.
I made a Coors commercial
with E.T. and Elliot drinking.
I did, yeah.
Oh yeah. So Dwayne comes home late, and it's all dark, and Dr. Needleman gives a phone call to Dr. Cutter, who
that's her name.
Her name is Jade Cutter, who kind of looks like Molly Shannon.
Yeah, she does look a bit like Molly Shannon. I'm just laughing at the names: Needleman, Cutter. Yeah. With the other doctor, Dr. Hackenslash. Like, Jesus. Can you get more obvious with these names?
Is he a relative of yours?
Yeah. Yes, Robert Hackenslash.
Bob Hackenslash.
What did he call her for? Do you remember?
No,
he was warning her.
Yeah, I think Needleman was warning Molly Shannon. Molly Shannon's stunt double.
Remember that thing we did? Oh, I told you to never call me. Why? It's not like we did anything weird.
Yeah, and she's in the middle of a date too.
With
a nice romantic dinner at home.
With a dude that looks like he's like 20 or 30 years younger than her too.
Yeah.
I remember when we were watching this, you thought it was him for a second. Didn't you think it was? You thought, I remember, Darius, thought it was,
I thought it was Dwayne, and I thought that was the receptionist with a brunette wig.
Dude looks kind of like Dwayne. He looked like Dwayne without the stupid white guy afro.
He's got a big shit-eating grin, though.
You see how he has. Why didn't they button their shirts up all the way? Like
Scott Baio.
Did women just get so hot overseeing like a man's like cleavage essentially?
All right,
Yeah,
well,
man. It's the Scott Baio effect.
oh, Burt Reynolds was also always like trying to show off his chest hair, shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
but that's chest hair is like that's masculine. Here's my masculine body. See how much hair I have? That's like shaved chest, like chicken cutlet chest.
I don't
Yes.
know. Maybe
We already shared how we all feel about anachronistic body hair.
Oh yeah, that's another spoiler. We get pubes.
Yeah.
But not how you think.
Not the pubes you want to see.
Yeah, well, with the in the scene with the hooker later in the movie, she like, gets undressed and she goes right behind the door frame to take her bra off.
Panties, like sure.
Yeah, when she puts on a t-shirt and she comes back out, takes her panties off.
Slightly long t-shirt and takes her panties off, and you see no bush.
Yeah, she gives us the Sharon Stone, so no boob shot, but she gives us the basic instinct.
Shadowy crotch.
You get no 1982 black hooker bush. So if that's what you came here for, you don't get it.
Well, she was nice though.
For the movie poster, stay for the black hooker bush.
Where? The 1980.
So he calls Dr. Cutter. Needleman calls Cutter to warn her, and which is a huge interruption for her. And then,
oh my God, dude! I just realized. Was Needleman the one who shot up Goblin with the needle, and then Cutter is the one who cut? That is it. Oh my God.
Yep.
Needleman is the one who shot them both up when they did the surgery, and Cutter is the one who separated them.
Spoiler alert.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
And
really?
the doctor in Brain Damage is named Jason Hemorrhage.
You're probably not kidding about that, right?
What about Liftlander?
Yeah, what
did he do?
He's the one that moved them.
He separated them
from the room to the bed.
All right. Also, okay. Goblin's name is Belial. Belial.
Oh, Belial? That's a demon name.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's from like the Lesser Key of Solomon. That's an old school Hebraic demonology.
Okay,
This
so that's
movie's too deep for what it is.
it is. It really is. All right, so because now I understand, because the father when Dwayne was born, we see an old shot of them in the little baby carriage, and the father is flipping out that he has to name that
a second child.
That monster over there.
You want me to give a name to that monstrosity? It's bad enough that their mother is dead. You're gonna make me give a name to that thing?
Yeah, because apparently,
an additional name.
Apparently, it killed
Lord
the
forbid.
Poor little goblin dude ended up killing his mother upon birth.
I just noticed something. So when let's see where am I at? When what's her name? The receptionist is walking out here. The door behind her says "Novelty in Rubber."
I was trying
that's what I was saying.
I was trying to remember what it said. I couldn't remember what it said.
Okay. I didn't notice that at the time.
Yeah.
It was just another business that was in the same building as them.
Okay. So she's going home from work, right?
Because she has a day off.
And
Dr. Needleman doesn't seem to give this woman too much leeway,
attention.
right? She's complaining about how much she hates working for Dr. Needleman.
Yeah, but she's also surprised that he would want to, that Dwayne would want to hide their date from the doctor. It sounds like doctor doesn't really care that much about her.
Well,
He wasn't hiding the date from the doctor. He was hiding the date from his brother.
Right, but she didn't know that yet.
Yeah, she didn't know that. Honestly, I didn't know that either when I was watching it until later on. We saw just how much his brother hates him having dates.
Right. Oh, yeah. So when she leaves, Needleman is still there. That's when Dwayne sneaks in with the basket.
Dumps. All right, Belial.
Yeah.
Dumps him in the hallway.
Yeah, like trash.
Out of the bathroom. Well, first of all, Wig Woman, we see her leaving Needleman's office, and she's locking every lock on that door.
Yeah.
Which is one lock.
No, there was more than one lock.
So yeah, dumping him out. We don't actually see him getting dumped, but we know he dumped the brother. Or he dumped the goblin.
There was more than one lock. She locked at least 2.
Yeah.
I thought she might have locked 3, but I think she locked at least 2.
So he had to already be in the building because we don't see him break in or sneak it through a window.
But then we also see Needleman is in his office sweating bullets.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 2.
Needleman knows something's coming his way.
Right.
All right, and
so this is from
this motherfucker.
It looks like a pig with like a hand. It's like a pig hand.
This thing has Hulk strength.
Right. Needleman's freaking out. He's like, what is that sound?
Masturbate.
Puts his glasses on to examine what's going on outside the office.
So this thing rips off the door. We see it rip the door off. This thing is a foot off the ground with 2 little stubby hands. And this thing could probably throw a car at you.
He looks like Krang.
It does look like Krang.
Yeah, Krang.
So what I don't understand is, what's up, Tommy? Boom! There's the door ripped off. Why did it need to use the doorknob if it could rip the whole door off?
Well, why waste the effort? If the door is unlocked, why waste all the energy of ripping it off the hinges?
Yeah, that too.
So that's why he checked it. Oh, it's locked. Oh well.
Oh yeah, and then he shoves all the furniture in front of the next door,
which was a total panic move because if this thing could rip a door off, it could move furniture.
Right.
You know what, Tommy?
But it's not enough.
I've seen The Toxic Avenger. I think I gotta watch that one.
You haven't seen Toxic Avenger?
I never actually saw the movie, no. I remember the cartoon, like we were saying before. I remember watching the cartoon Saturday mornings and shit, but nope, I never saw the movie. Never saw Toxic Avenger or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Have you seen any trauma films?
Class of Nukem High.
Okay.
You want me to show the reveal?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Sure.
All right, hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Because he comes in, he turns the light on.
He's sticking to the wall.
All right, get ready, guys. Ah!
See, right there,
Boom.
there, his face looked normal too. His face doesn't look normal anywhere else in the movie.
Got him. All right, I gotta kill it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Krang was based off of.
It
I
could
wonder,
be.
I wonder if they ever mentioned it. I don't remember Eastman, but there's two guys,
Mhm.
and they totally admit to ripping off Daredevil with the Foot
Yeah.
Clan. being
Oh,
the
yeah.
hand.
And the
Well,
hand.
not just that, but the ooze that made the turtles is supposed to be the same chemicals that blinded Matt Murdock.
Right,
Oh,
right,
really?
right.
Yeah. Something like that.
Class.
Ooze.
Tommy says, classic. It's going to be shite.
They made more than one Toxic Avenger, though, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they made a few.
But yeah, so Needleman gets taken out.
Poor Needleman.
Yeah.
Well, fuck Needleman. He deserved it.
He just did a medical
Oh.
procedure.
He deserved it.
I almost forgot though. So we see Needleman there, right?
Mm-hmm.
His face is all clawed up. But then who's this other body over here across the room?
Just a
Oh
little
my
bit-
god!
Just
It's
a little
Needleman!
a little bit more of Needleman.
Whee!
Phew, out the window.
Sliding out the window.
He loves windows.
Yeah, he does. He goes out a lot of windows.
And burgers.
Yeah.
Happy birthday! I got you some burgers in a window.
This is the hoe bro.
Yeah, the Hobro.
As we
That's
know
what we
this
call it.
hotel. The hoe bro. You watch the end scene of the movie, you know why it's the hoe bro.
Well, okay. So also go back to that sign really fast. More ideal than a hobro would be if the L disappeared, just flickers and goes off. Then you have Hotel Bro Sin.
Oh yeah. Hotel Bro Sin. Yeah, dude, you never know. Could be.
Is the
I mean, we got
director still
Needleman
alive?
and Cutter.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Mind blown.
what was Dwayne? Does Dwayne have a last name? Okay, Bradley. Okay, he does have a last name.
Bradley.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dwayne Bradley.
Like Milton Bradley.
Oh, because it's all a game. It's all a game.
So he picks up more food,
All right, sorry.
hot dogs.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, a pack of hot dogs. Opens up a pack of hot dogs. Just dumps it in.
And
I
No,
love
he
every time.
feeds them the first three separately, and then he just dumps it all in.
But I love how every time he feeds it, you just see the basket rattling around. You hear.
Yeah. Slowly at first.
Hot dogs.
One at a
Armor
time.
hot dogs. What kind of freak likes armor hot dogs?
And then
Fat kids, skinny kids, even conjoined twins.
I would have loved to have been the guy, right, in that movie whose job was to rattle around the wicker basket. That's my job. That's all I'm doing. This, like, as soon as he dumps the food in the basket, you just gotta rattle this thing around like crazy. It's like, okay,
The Rattler.
yeah, the Rattler.
Here's
That's his
$50.
name. That's his name in the credits.
Basket shaker.
So he gives him a TV that he doesn't even put on any actual channel.
Oh, I forgot about the TV. The TV sets him off. Oh my god.
Yeah,
He puts on
Oh.
the TV so he can go on the date with the receptionist.
he does.
And doesn't
That's
bother
true.
doesn't bother to fix the reception on it. And that
Right.
that sets him off.
Yeah, well, he goes to change the channel, and the knob
Oh, yep.
breaks right off,
He doesn't know.
Ah!
and he gets pissed.
Very angry.
Yeah.
So he gets
So Dwayne runs across town to pick up what was her name? Sharon.
Call her wig lady.
Yeah, who is
Wigwam.
thrilled to see him because she really likes this guy that she doesn't know at all. There's just something
Yeah,
about him that's
she
not like
gives
other
you-
guys.
Even at the end, like seriously, at the end when she's things are revealed to her, and she's still trying to go back to Dwayne to get some answers. This woman is very lonely. This woman
Yeah,
this woman has
She's like-
no friends. She has no family.
no, nope.
What? How
No-
do you know
no
she has
pets?
No family.
Come on, dude.
Well,
Come on.
She's an orphan.
Come on, bro.
Could be.
There's no way. This woman has
But
no.
she's in the greatest city on earth,
Yeah.
Bum, bum,
New York,
ba-dum.
baby.
Well, you know, it's like
Bum-ba-da-dum.
it's like what people say is like, you know, like, have you ever been in a crowd but still felt alone? That's her.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot how she frolics away from the
She's having
statue.
a good time. She doesn't get out much. She has some sort of STD because she's too cute to
Oh.
be this.
She shouldn't run too far by the water because the wind's gonna take her wig.
And
Right.
she's wearing boots.
Yeah, but she takes off.
Pretty sure that wig was stapled onto her fucking head right there.
Sherry
Wigless.
says New York sucks. She would know. God, this guy's fucking hair, man.
Yeah, this dude's hair is nuts, dude.
He looks
It's
like
so much
Toad
bigger.
from Mario.
Yeah, it's so much bigger than his head.
He went
Is
to the
she-
barber and he's like, "Give me the broccoli stalk."
Give me the Dr. J. It's like, okay. But
And
yeah,
so
that,
as the
that woman
as
is
the-
like, at the end of this movie, like, she's the one I feel the worst for because
oh
yeah,
yeah
Well, yeah.
she's
Yeah.
just a sad, lonely woman.
yeah.
No, that's not why. She could
Well,
not. There's a
it's
even if she wasn't
partly
lonely
that.
and desperate, I would still feel the worst for her.
Yeah. So-
Because of what happens to her, you mean?
Yes,
Well, so
because of what happens to
Well,
her.
'cause she-
like,
well-
it's a little big deal.
right. Well, when they're on their
missed-
lunch date,
She missed the number
Dude,
6
it's no
bus.
big deal, bro. Dude, you never got sexually assaulted by a goblin? I lived in a picnic basket. Come on, bro.
Only twice.
so while the goblin is at home with a broken TV, Dwayne is making out with Sharon by the Statue of Liberty.
Look at how he eats her face.
Ah, he knows. Boom.
He has
he's
a bit
pissed.
of Pizza the Hut in him too.
He knows.
Like a bit like Pizza
Because
the Hut.
we find out they share a psychic link. And the neighbors, again, can hear it. Dude, 4 times in this movie, they hear a loud commotion coming from his room.
That
And he
woman,
never
is
gets
by
kicked
his,
out.
that woman is by his door like 4 or 5 times in this movie, right?
Right. Listening.
He's also the
This is
only
where we
one
got the stop motion.
this is where we get the da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right. Even-
He's
You
the
see how he whipped out that?
Right.
one-handed throw with that fucking dresser drawer.
Okay. I guess the sweater is not super Cosby, but it's a little
It's
Cosby.
not Cosby at all.
Like even when someone gets murdered in the room, they just kind of shrug it off. Like, oh, he wasn't
Well,
home.
You see how they live. They're probably used to it.
They also like gathering in the hallway and yelling.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Kakashka and
Yeah, they're gathering and yelling. What's going on? It's always the same like 5 people. And they keep hearing a commotion over and over again. And which it's like he was out on the date, so he's got an alibi, I guess. But yeah, no, it's the files. It's bad enough that his brother's
Bloody
making out with a
files.
woman. He gets pissed.
It's like the telltale heart. It's the
All right.
beating of these terrible files.
And then right before you stopped it, there was the guy who looks like he's walking around in the halls in his wife's bathrobe.
Yep. Scoped
This
it out. And Pop Culture Curator says that's his favorite scene when the lady says, in here.
All right, again, he's rattling around the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, get the broom.
I'll whack you with the broom.
Going back into the basket.
All right, also, I
Right.
wonder, does this
What?
thing, does it have the ability to, like, deflate when it goes into the basket? When it's out of the
It
basket, it's
must.
way bigger than that actual basket.
Right. Yeah, no, it does.
It also can
It
hide
has
it.
to.
It's like a Pokeball.
It can also hide in it.
Da-da-da. It's conjoined twins.
Right.
Da-da-da.
This
So
motherfucker
everyone,
hiding in a toilet bowl too.
yeah, well, everyone busts into his apartment or his hotel room to see what's going on, and they're snooping around. Oh yeah, this guy finds the money. This
Old man.
greedy bastard.
Old man's dick grew by like fucking 2 feet. Looking at
No.
that
Show this part to see the continuity thing. Oh, he pulls him. He pulled him out. Okay.
Missed that
Oh,
earlier.
what, you thought he left the old man in the room?
Yeah,
That's the way
yeah.
it looked like when we first
It looked.
watched.
We all thought the guy was in the room, and then just appeared outside.
Oh,
But,
okay.
I know. I guess I didn't even notice he pulled him.
I didn't either.
So everyone, go back to your rooms. Nothing to see here, folks.
Nothing to
Even
see.
though there's a horribly loud noise, and the apartment was clearly trashed.
That thing was screaming bloody murder too. It's like, "Ah!"
Yeah. But he's
very upset.
this guy was hiding. He's gonna get that money, and so he's got lockpicking skills because he's clearly an experienced
Of
thief.
course he does, because he's a fucking stupid ass
They're
prick.
big.
He keeps a bobby pin with him.
Yeah.
Well, he does hang out in this hotel all goddamn day in the lobby, so
Yeah, never blinking, always looking.
I'm sure this ain't the
Never
first time. Yeah.
The money is just left on the ground. He counts it, which Slasher pointed out is a terrible time to be counting it.
Well, I was just wondering if that money would be returned. That was my
Right.
hope.
But
And it is.
Yeah,
It is.
he puts the rubber band on it already, but it's not enough. He's just like, oh, maybe there's more. See, that's where you went wrong, man. You got greedy.
You did.
You got too greedy.
Look at that wrinkly hairy arm.
And he knows. He immediately knows. So
And that
making
was where
out.
that was where I realized, oh, they have a mental bond like E.T. and Elliot. I didn't realize that this whole time.
Right. Woo.
Although I
Gory.
guess I should have realized that when he was
Talking to him.
when he was on the floor and he's telling him, he's like, I'm not gonna have this conversation, but you couldn't hear another voice.
Right. And more slashing and choking and grabbing. And keep in mind that the kill scenes in this movie are entirely performed by the victim.
Yeah. And clawing and biting.
Yeah.
He
So
bites too.
yeah. And so whenever someone is being killed by Belial, they're doing all the acting for both characters, both themselves and the kill, struggling with Belial. as
Well,
it
I mean,
chokes
sometimes
them.
somebody
It's-
has the gloves on. The Belial gloves.
Oh,
So- So they all bust in a second time.
You're saying when we saw the first person Belial hand, like it's like first person, right? That's right.
Yeah.
We did see a couple
Yeah,
of
yeah.
shots.
So that would be like a puppeteer or a cameraman.
I would say like a glovesman.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
even say that was a glove because it looked kind of too small to be human. It was probably just like a puppet arm.
Yeah, I think it was just
You
a
don't
puppet
think an
arm.
arm was inside that?
Well, it would be cheaper just to have someone put it on, so probably.
Yeah,
But-
you just like get a little kid and
Oh,
like
that's true. You could get a little
put him
kid.
inside a cabinet with a
You
hole.
could get a little
I
kid.
didn't even think about getting a kid. I was hoping there were no kids anywhere near this movie. But, so, right, they already heard the ransacking the first time. Nobody was there.
Just stores. Like, no little kids. Look at this fucking movie.
It'd be horrible if there was a kid during that final scene with Sharon.
Dude, I remember when
no.
I was a little kid and I went to a video store in my neighborhood. I wasn't even like a member of this video store. It was just like I was in the video store with my friend and he was a member of it. I was like 10 years old and I look on the fucking shelf and I see I spit on your grave. And I was like, can you imagine if I was like 10 years old and actually sat through that? I was like, if I was 10 years old and sat through that movie, I'd be like, holy fucking shit, dude.
Right.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's
I haven't either, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's a very fucked up movie.
So the greedy guy's dead, and there's no one else in there, just a trail of blood leading to the window.
A lot of blood trails in this movie.
Right. So obviously we think Belial escaped out the window. And all of the neighbors bust back into the apartment for a second time and find the body, right? And then they see the trail of blood. But of course, Dwayne is not home. And I just noticed, look at this guy with the blonde hair and the glasses on the left.
Yeah,
I didn't notice him before.
Yeah, I remember seeing in the hallway scene.
Yeah, all right.
He's got those like those bebop glasses on.
Okay,
I know, right?
Darius, tell
Yeah.
me that this guy with this dude with the fucking stupid glasses. Tell me he couldn't have been in one of the bands when we watched New Year's Evil.
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks like he would have been one of the band members in that shit.
For sure. Yeah, not quite punk, not quite heavy metal. Well, not quite hair metal, and not quite new wave.
Not quite new wave, yeah.
I'm trying to cover all the bases.
Or find
So I
my
think-
own identity or some shit like that.
Yeah, so that's when the detective shows up, right?
The detective who
Yes.
Oh no, he gets home and they're like, "What happened?" He's like, "I wasn't here. I was with her."
I like how the detective, all right, his hand was already on the keys to open his door, and he tells the detective he's not going to let him in.
Yeah,
Literally takes his hand and puts it on his hand and opens the door.
That's how
Yeah.
you avoid having to get a warrant in New York City.
Hey, there is a continuity with the broom though, because the broom is still in the hallway when he comes back. The broom they were using to defend themselves.
Also, since I don't entirely know the law, but do you need a search warrant for a hotel?
Oh, I don't know.
I would assume so.
Probably. You're a temporary occupant.
Even a scummy ass hotel like this?
There he goes.
Well,
I'm not gonna let you in. Turns the key.
I'm gonna do that with my next girlfriend.
I'm not letting you in.
I don't want you to come in for the night.
this
Hail
turn you
Jedi
on?
Bill. Yeah.
He's gonna Me Too the shit out of her.
What's up, Jedi Bill?
Oh,
Hey, Jedi Bill.
Dude, I didn't even notice until just now that there's another detective.
he just randomly walks in
Oh
around.
yeah,
He doesn't even
yeah.
talk.
He's less confident.
Honestly, when that first happened, I thought it was just another random tenant in the hotel that just walked in. I thought it was.
Well,
I don't know because I saw someone
well, you got
come
the
in.
manager there.
I saw someone
Yeah.
walk around after the cop first walks in there. I saw someone walk around. I did thought it was gonna be the fucking the fisherman guy again.
Oh yeah.
The lobster
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Boom! Opens the basket. Whew. He was so worried that they were gonna find Belial. But wait, where is he?
He's laying low.
The detective kept insisting that he like, are you sure you don't have a dog? Right. And he's like, oh snap! You know what? I actually do have a dog. The first time you asked me, it didn't click.
Oh yeah,
like,
and now the money's all rolled up in a little cylinder this time.
It's got a rubber band around it. This little goblin bro was cool enough to fucking roll all the bills up and put a rubber band around it.
He did.
This dude's got some skills. He may be a horrific thing to look at, but
that's what I would say one of the most suspicious things in this apartment is the rolled up bills. Just a big wad of 50s rolled up in a cylinder.
I'd say the basket is suspicious too. I would
especially
say
when it's empty.
Yeah, like why do you have this empty basket? You know, because
the detective is one of the better actors, I think, in the movie.
Value. Yeah, the detective actually was a pretty good actor. Also, he was only in one scene.
Right. He wasn't a great actor, but he was one of the better ones in the movie. So Dwayne looks out the window because of the blood trail, and he doesn't see the brother. So where could he be?
Jesus Christ.
Under the bed? No, he's not under the bed.
Really, Bill?
Hell no, Jedi Bill.
Oh.
I just got over the COVID.
There he is.
Oh, feel better, Jedi Bill. I hope you don't have it.
Oh, yeah, I hope you don't have it either, Bill.
You don't have it. I hope not too, Jedi Bill.
And if you do get it, I hope it's very mild.
Yes.
But I hope you don't get it.
Don't get it like me.
You definitely don't get it like Nate.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate had a case.
He had a case for the books.
It's good that I'm glad to have you back here chilling with us, though, Nate.
Well, it's my fault. I had the choice to get COVID or COVID pneumonia, and I had to be special, and I had to get hospitalized for 2.5 months.
I'm not laughing at that you had. I'm laughing at the way you said it.
I know. Have to be extra.
All right,
but
well, let us know, Bill.
Glad
Bill's
you're
gonna
back.
get tested tomorrow.
All right, that's good.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot. We were allowed to order free tests. I forgot I ordered some, and I probably already got them in the mail. But I'm feeling better now.
I just saw a pop-up on like 2 blocks from my house. It was there last week. I don't know how often they're gonna have it there, but it just popped up.
Well, yeah, like the U.S. Postal Service was offering 4 free tests per person.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you get those. Yeah.
Yeah. So I ordered them
Just
when I
order
was
them
still
online.
feeling sick, but I was getting better. But if anyone I know needs one real quick, then they can come get it. I also ordered a thermometer to make sure I didn't have a fever. And when I got it, it looked like a regular, under the tongue thermometer, which can also go in the armpit. But it was called a femometer. So I can track my monthly cycle with it too.
Nice.
Yeah.
See
I
how
didn't even
long
notice when I bought it that it was a femometer. But it took my temperature. And I was actually running a little cold.
Well, I mean, that's a thermometer can only give you a female temperature.
Pop culture curator. I'm glad that you recovered.
Oh, yeah. See, you know. He knows what it is, too. We're glad you're here today.
Yeah, that's the important part.
Oh. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Bill.
Yeah. Damn, this turned into fucking COVID talk.
Well, we just got to the reveal of the hand coming out of the toilet.
Sorry, everybody.
So somehow Belial had gone out the window and then come back into the toilet.
Because he's got a suction cup.
That toilet has no tank. How does a toilet with no tank work?
Yeah, well,
there's that pipe right there.
This
the
is where
back.
Slasher said that McFarlane Toys needs to make one of these. But I thought he went out the window, down into the sewer, and came back up through the pipe.
Oh, that would have been too much. And this movie's already too much.
All right.
This thing's not as cute as Baby Yoda.
No.
When was the all right? There was the part where he was on the toilet. And it did look like it would have made an awesome McFarlane figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. All right, if you're gonna make stupid shit like people have made like killer clowns from outer space action figures, right? Like you could do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I legit think there were killer clowns from outer space action figures. By the way, that's another stupid one that I never saw the whole thing of it, but I might have to give it a chance one day.
I still need to
that's
watch
good.
that one.
It's really, really good.
I just
So
remember they were in the cotton candy, like they were like cocooned up with cotton candy around them and shit.
And then they put crazy straws in them and sucked them dry.
I'd watch that one. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, really? Oh, you gotta
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that wasn't the Trauma movie.
No. They've been talking about making a sequel for like the past 5 years.
To Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you? Oh, all right. Well, that's right. We're in the creative bankruptcy era of Hollywood, so yes, of course they would do that.
Of course.
As long as the original guys are involved, I'm okay with it.
We don't need anything remade, dude. Nothing.
No, not a remake, a sequel.
It's been not even anymore. Not even sequels anymore. I'm sorry. I did not want to sit through Bill and Ted 3 like fucking 25 years
still
later.
haven't seen that.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
So, at this party, he's still bringing the basket with him.
Sorry, I was getting distracted from the movie. We were talking about other shit. Sorry, yeah.
And Casey comes over to him to talk to him and says, "Hey, why don't we get a drink over here?" Because I guess she likes him too. And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." So he makes sure to take his basket with him.
Casey's the hooker with the heart of gold. Remember?
Yep, as indicated by her glamorous hat.
That pinball shot was completely unnecessary.
Well, and I just noticed that the pinball machine was a Chicago-themed pinball machine.
I saw that too.
It was, yeah.
I saw that when we were watching this. I know it's Chicago.
Right. So she asks them, "What do you got in the basket?" And they're already one Budweiser deep each.
All right. He also
So
she meets up with him at the bar. He tells us he's like, "I don't drink," but he's already drunk off his ass.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
he's shit-faced.
Yeah. So when she asks him what's in the basket, he's laughing hysterically, but he also has diarrhea of the mouth because he gives her the whole fucking backstory. And
which
she's laughing.
She laughs at.
Yeah, he's laughing at first. He says,
"My brother,
my brother." and then he's going, "He's deformed." and then she's like stopping laughing when he goes more and more into the description. He's like, "They separated us at birth." Not at birth, but it was like they separated us. And then she's like, she's getting more and more creeped out, but she's still sitting there with him, talking the whole night.
Right, and he's not blinking. He's just going into more and more detail, and this is where it really starts to sound like he has a speech impediment.
And he also goes from like laughing hysterically to talking sad.
Yeah.
Because he's explaining the mental connection that they had.
And I can hear him in my head.
They used to be able to mentally connect while they were attached. But ever since they were separated, and first of all, wait, the separation. Oh my god, fucking separation.
Yeah.
What happens to poor Goblin after the separation? But
Yeah.
so he says that he can't mentally communicate with Goblin,
Right.
but Goblin can mentally communicate with him.
Right. And he breaks down crying about it, and we get a quick flashback to like the 60s, where you just see the bassinet, and the dad is furious because his wife just died in childbirth, give birth to this monstrosity. Yeah,
It's a huge exposition dump.
it is. And he says, "You want me to pick a second name for that other thing?"
Yeah. This is almost like along the lines of like what the Penguin's parents did to him in
Mm-hmm.
getting a Batman.
Very much. Yeah. Good catch.
Yep.
Hello,
And so,
Dee.
you know, what's up, Dee Dee?
And,
So without a mother.
and goodbye, bots.
Oh yeah. And so without a mother, he was raised by his aunt, his wealthy aunt, and his father always resented him for existing. Well, them. That's the thing. Everyone says him, but the aunt is the only one who has sympathy, who keeps saying, no, them. There's two of them. Everyone else just thinks of him as like one boy with a deformity. The aunt says, no, there's two boys.
The aunt's name is Nancy Considerate.
The father's not having it though.
Yeah. And so then
Yeah,
you
his
see,
name is Jacob Hate It All.
there it is.
Wait, pause it, Darius. Pause it.
I know. He looks like he's like Quado from Total Recall.
It's total sideways Quado. There you go. It's sideways Quado.
Yeah. Sideways Quado.
Start the reactor.
Open your mind.
Dude, I think Quado was taken from this design.
Oh, maybe.
There seems to be a lot of potential influence for this.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. We keep seeing a lot of like influential seemingly influential things pop up in these shitty movies,
Yeah.
you know, that appear in, you know, better, more classic movies later on. This would be an example.
So this is what it is then. This is what it had to have been. So there were Hollywood minions that would watch these types of movies, I guess you could say, like, for their status in Hollywood would be them scraping the bottom of the barrel for ideas, right?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of directors just watch a lot of movies, and also the crew. You're like, well, we need like a prosthetic, you know, like Goblin brother.
All right,
And, like-
I'll give an example here. Have either of you ever seen Death Race 2000?
No.
I have Death Race 2000 signed by Roger Corman.
Nice.
So you see, all right, Nate, tell me that Darth Vader's costume was not directly based off of Frankenstein.
What year did that come out?
Before.
Yeah, I'm not.
75.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
could
'cause-
see that. I could definitely see that, and especially, and then he has the glove too.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be all battle scarred too, just like Darth Vader.
Yeah, yeah,
He's got the
Wait.
cape.
You talking about this guy?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. 2 years before Star Wars. Is that Max von Sydow?
No,
It's David Carradine,
David
Carradine.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, David Carradine.
the man
Yeah,
who
well-
put autoerotic asphyxiation on the map.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
and you know, the
I'm
Darth
sure
Vader's suit was designed by Ralph McQuarrie, but yeah, there's
Ron
probably
Braidman, Notorious lingerie fan. Dave Perry.
Yeah, and that did kind of look like a gimp suit, like a halfway between a gimp suit and Darth Vader.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the mask was totally gimpish.
Yeah, and
But I'm saying, I think someone saw Death Race 2000 that was working on Star Wars. It's like, let's make him
Well,
like
definitely with the helmet.
let's make him look a little bit more cybernetic. Give him a bit more of a space age.
right, it's the
Yeah,
mask. The face part is like a robot skull.
He had the cape too. Frankenstein and Death
Mhm.
Race had the cape.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it is probably just the crew people. You get like prosthetic people, puppet people, and be like, "Hey, we need Quado to be this thing that comes out of another guy." And be like, "Well, I know these guys that worked on Basket Case. They could probably do it."
Darius,
You know,
if
It is very pop
you're
culture.
getting a chance, check out Death Race 2000. It's a good movie.
Yeah, dude, I would definitely watch it here too, and Killer Clowns.
Well, I already did a Death Race. I already did a Death Race 2000 review. Like, 2
I
years
missed that one. All right.
I don't like
Okay.
to repeat my whenever I talk about a movie or review a movie. I don't like to repeat the same movie twice on my channel.
Right. No, yeah, for sure. Now, I almost didn't notice the tear in the shirt. It kind of looked like it was just stuck on outside the shirt. The way it's
wonder
bunched
how
up.
they did this shot. Because that face moves. So
Yeah.
was there like someone just like sideways behind him? Was it a puppet?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a very good question.
I would guess it's like an animatronic.
Animatronic?
Do you think they had the budget for animatronics?
I don't know, because that budget's not big. That budget's not big.
Well, how many moving parts does it have? You got the jaw, and the way the rubber is done, the nose can move when you move the mouth, and then the eyes move, right?
Yeah.
Also, they didn't use the shot for very long.
Yeah.
It's not like this was a very long part.
Right. But yeah, they can communicate telepathically until
before I end up getting fucking struck down for almost showing the entire movie, even though we're just showing clips and talking over it.
I'm trying to keep it brief.
They still try to do that to me.
Speaking of briefs, later in the movie, in the hallway.
Oh. So they wake up and sneak down the stairs to see these four. I'll show for a second. These four, one is the father,
doctors.
and the other three are doctors. And who do we have? Needleman, Cutter, and Liftlander.
Mm-hmm.
Hit list.
And they're talking about what they're going to do. We can do it. And the father's like,
the hit list.
yeah, right. Like Kill Bill, the hit list. So they're all there and talking about, like, can we do this procedure? Should we do this procedure? The father is...
Darius, hang on a second. Do you see this?
Body is faked with a real arm and hand. Very simple. Oh, okay.
But what about the eyes?
I could see that.
All
right. Well, it's like I was saying. This little creature is along the lines of these old 1980s toys called Boglins.
Yeah, which I don't remember, but these guys do.
Boglins, like they were like soft rubber. They were kind of expensive. They were kind of pricey for these toys back in the day. But like, it was a hand puppet, and they had arms and these like almost like Halloween mask rubberized faces.
I see.
Bring up the thing.
And they had 3 holes in the back.
You could move their hands too.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Look,
yeah,
there he
okay.
is right there.
Yeah.
Looks a lot like Ghoulies. Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot to mention.
yeah, like ghoulies. Yes.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. And the 3 holes, you put your fingers in it.
Yeah.
And this is awesome. They used to come in these little cages.
There we go. I probably would have liked having that in the 80s.
But the thing with these was you could actually move their eyes around too. You see it, right?
Oh,
You see
cool.
that their eyes look like they can move back and forth.
Yeah, yeah. I would have tried scaring my mom with that.
Also, your mom would have bought it for you, so like maybe she wouldn't have.
I probably would have got that from like my uncle, and then I would have
Yeah.
tried to use it on my mom. And just like Slasher figured out, Needleman gives him the needle.
And Cutter cuts him.
Yep. And Cutter is the one that does the cutting and separates them.
So they put Dwayne under, and then they start cutting, and then Dwayne wakes up, and they still keep cutting.
And then what happens to poor Goblin?
Oh, that's sad. Dwayne goes to find him in a trash bag, thrown away, still alive.
Like Brenda's baby.
And rips his hand out of the bag and reaches out to him.
Oh, I just noticed this.
That was where they tried to tug out your heart right there. that was their ET moment right there.
Yeah. I just noticed when Cutter is cutting, boom, you get the blood across the tools. That's foreshadowing.
Also,
that
scene during the surgery was all full of dubbed noises, and all the dialogue was dubbed during that whole fucking scene. Jesus Christ, another fucking one of these? Go fuck your mother.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, it's a Russia bot.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting a Russian invasion lately, Nate.
Oh yeah, when they separate Dwayne and Belial, it is actually a pretty gruesome but very detailed shot where they're pulling them apart.
It's like Domino's pizza commercials with the cheese.
Oh, it is kind of like that. But he wakes up, boom, wrapped in bandages.
They shot him up, and they shot poor Goblin up, and you saw him like passing out. He gave these sad eyes. It's almost like like reminiscent to watching Optimus Prime die in the Transformers movie. It's very sad.
They should have played Arms of an Angel.
Oh my god. So he finds him in the trash bag, and then the father is awakened by a sound. And he comes down shirtless, like, what's going on? Because we already know the father is like had enough of all this. And he goes to investigate, and he makes it all the way down to the basement, and he finds a wheelbarrow.
He finds the most irresponsibly stored wheelbarrow in existence, because every tool that can cut and maim and slash and stab you is all piled up onto this wheelbarrow.
A big old buzzsaw with a giant blade.
And he steps on a nail that's lying flat on the ground.
I mean, it would hurt, but it wouldn't really hurt.
Yeah.
No, not the nail on the ground. Like, I'm talking about when the wheelbarrow from hell comes at him.
Yeah, with like a buzzsaw going. You just hear.
It gives him the treatment that he wanted for his sons.
Yeah. Here, I'll just show a still of it. Yeah, so the wheelbarrow's piled up with pitchfork and like a garden weasel and
Looks like a
Garden weasel.
yeah. Yep, and like a rake and all man, and it looks like a machete right around.
that looks like
like that.
giant machete right above the pitchfork.
Yep, and a giant buzzsaw that is plugged in. Which
What?
and for some reason there's like a slide.
Why did this guy have a giant buzzsaw in his basement?
I don't know.
He,
the wheelbarrow
that's
was-
where he did his woodworking.
Yeah, it looks like it's on an incline, and he stops and he's like, "Huh?" And then it flies at him, and thematically, the father is cleft in twain.
Bifurcated.
Yeah,
That's the treatment.
he gets the treatment. Yep, he separated the brothers, so he gets separated, and you just see it as a shot of his feet, and then the legs fall sideways, one to the left and one to the right.
As feet are wont to do.
All right, so this is the second person that we see ripped in half in this movie, right?
Yes, but in a different way.
In a different way.
Totally different way.
And the aunt raised him because she actually cared about them both.
Raised both of them, yes. Hiding them out in her attic, it seems at first.
Yeah.
Breastfeeding while reading them a book.
She's not
And
goblin. She's on her she's on her rocking chair and Goblin's on her lap. She's like a cat. And she's just reading to them.
and when she passes away, it's right before the beginning of the film, which is where he gets the inheritance.
And then yeah, that's where we realize where he got his money from.
Yep. And so, cut back to the present, he is totally drunk, and Casey's helping him back to his apartment. Apparently, she wasn't too freaked out by his story about his brother in the basket.
Yeah, because she's still with him the whole night.
Yeah. And she sets it down on the counter and opens it.
We lost Nate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
we back.
she's curious. After she puts Dwayne to bed asleep, she sees the bloody file on the counter right next to the basket, and then opens the basket. And just when we think she's gonna get murdered, the basket's empty.
Well, first she opens her door before she opens his door, and then drunkenly takes his drunken ass to his apartment.
Yep. She doesn't seem that bothered by the bloody file, but she is curious about the contents of the basket. But there's nothing in it, so she returns home.
Everything all right, Nate?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just started thinking.
Okay,
And I got out and went back in.
I got you.
And she's got smiley faces all over everything in her apartment
Even on
or
her
hotel
t-shirt,
room. Yep. And the clock and the hairdryer.
there was a
And the
smiley.
window.
There was a smiley face button on her curtain when they showed the
Yeah.
window.
Yep. And so she changes and lies down to go to sleep. But before she can,
She has a visitor.
you see a hand come out from under her pillow.
It might be a boglin, it might not be.
It looks like a boglin, gently caressing her. And she opens her eyes to see. Scream. And then, of course, the building manager.
We were saying it would have been awesome if he had the fucking roll of hundreds in his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Building
And then
manager
she-
comes.
And then she's like,
Mhm, I guess
Okay.
so.
She just okay.
like in Gremlins 2, where that guy gives in to that female gremlin. And
Yeah.
he's like, all right.
Everybody shows up again at the scream, including the guy in the wife's bathrobe.
And that really short guy who works at the construction company.
Yep.
And turtleneck guy.
Yep.
The Asian guy from Vietnam who gave up his child to go to America.
Just about everyone is in their underwear or a bathrobe except for turtleneck guy, who's still wearing that turtleneck.
Old lady who's always at Queen's fucking door.
Yep.
She's at the door more than the drunk thief old man.
Yep. But the apartment is empty and the window is open. Don't worry, it's safe. There's nothing in there. Everyone, go back to your rooms. So you just love hanging out. And you see him sneaking back into the basket. But he's got the panties.
What does he have, though? What does he have, though, in his
He's
hand?
got soiled panties.
Soiled hooker panties.
And he didn't even have to put 100 yen into a vending machine.
He's got DNA for days collected.
Oh. You know, it's funny, Nate. I just noticed you said that the manager is wearing suspenders and a belt, but his zipper is still open.
At the end when he's running down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we lost Nate again. We'll see. We'll see. Nate, can you hear us? Anywho.
So
he's still wearing the same clothes from scene 1.
Yep. So Dwayne wakes up. Oh, go ahead.
We came to the conclusion that was that they filmed every hallway scene in the same day, right? Didn't someone come to that conclusion?
Yeah, you or Nate did. And so he wakes up and takes the basket down to Dr. Cutter's. And does she even recognize him? She's already been warned.
She doesn't recognize him. But
even though she's been warned.
He says something to her about the surgery. And then she says to him that, "Oh, I was warned about you."
Mm-hmm. But before she can get away, she opens the basket and Belial leaps out at her. And then we get an amazing scene of acting and overacting.
First of all,
overacting.
He's biting her for like 20 minutes, it seems.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it starts when she opens the basket. And because as an actress, she has to pull the prop out to attack her. And then it's like grabbing her face, choking her. It grabs her jaw and pulls her mouth open. And it was, and then, oh man, it's going at her. And it rips her tongue out. She slaps Dwayne in the face, which gives him a nosebleed.
She by slapping Dwayne in the face while she's getting bitten by his brother, it gives Dwayne a nosebleed and knocks him over.
Yep. Yeah, just her backhanded slap. And then Belial gets up behind her, choking her, biting her ear, biting her neck.
It's biting
She's
her
covered
neck
in blood.
Back for what seemed like fucking at least 3 or 4 minutes.
Right. As she's screaming, it was truly a Golden Globe worthy performance. Not quite an Oscar, but
not really.
To defend herself, she opens her drawer, and what does Dr. Cutter have? Scalpels.
Maybe some cutting tools.
All cutting tools in the drawer: scalpels, scissors. She grabs one.
I also love the way he mushes her face into it.
Well, yeah, because she drops the scalpel, and then he shoves her face in the drawer where all the scalpels are lying flat. And when she pulls her face out,
the way he does it though, it's like the way like a bully, like a bully would like rub someone's face in the dirt.
Yeah. Let's see if I got it. Yeah, he just shoves it into, like he's gonna give her a swirly of scalpels. And the nurses are knocking. Hey, doctor, are you okay? And she's screaming bloody murder, literally.
And then, so when they finally get the door open,
Uh-huh.
she has
He's already packed up.
Yep, he's already gone,
Yep.
and all the cutting tools are sticking. Just look at that. No. Now, if this thing, all right, say he would have just pulled the drawer out, right?
Yeah.
Say he would have just pulled the drawer out, and then you just see like all the tools land on the floor, right? Then afterward, you would have had the implication in this scene was that he randomly kept picking up a tool and jabbing them in her face, right? But what we
Right.
saw was him mushing her face into the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this scene was something else, man. And you could see the prosthetic layers on her face right here, right? If you
Yeah.
look around her mouth, you can see
Yeah.
where the extra skin has been attached.
Yeah.
But this is some grade A over the top acting. This is the scene that's going to make her a star.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Hollywood, here she comes.
Yeah. Still
Holy
wearing
shit.
her work wig.
Yeah, she was probably wearing a wig too. I still think Dwayne was wearing a wig.
I hope so. So Cutter's dead, and he's sulking off back home with the basket. And who catches up with him? Sharon. She's like, even though you ran off in the middle of our date, and that was a real jackass thing to do, I still... Dr. Needleman was found dead. And I needed someone to talk to.
Like, I know I hated him at all. She basically was like, I know I didn't like him at all.
Yeah. I needed to see you. She just really likes Dwayne, and
See, and this
there's
is
something
me
special.
This is me going back to saying she has nobody in her life.
I know, right? She's too cute to be that desperate.
She's also a 20-something-year-old woman that wears a wig. So
That's true.
maybe that was the thing. Maybe she's really bald. She's got like the Lex Luthor thing where like she like lost all her hair in some sort of accident.
Yeah, maybe. She's got like the Lex Luthor head.
You know, I won't fault women if it's, if it's not their choice. If a woman's gonna like shave her head by choice, I'd say that's ridiculous. All right,
Yeah.
I got you, Nate. I see Nate just messaged me on Twitter.
Okay.
Sorry your internet was fucked up, Nate, but thanks for coming through. And at least you got to watch the movie with us.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. I'm glad to have him back again.
Yeah.
And so we're close to the end. And so Dwayne and Sharon start making out. But and they even lay down on the bed.
Oh, an old cock block.
Yeah, and we
Old
get the
cock
feeling
block.
that Dwayne has probably never been with a woman before. He probably just moved out of his aunt's house, like right before the movie began.
I would imagine that Dwayne was never with a woman before. Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't even know how to make out properly. He's like licking her face, and and she's like, she's cool though. She's super ready, right? And he's just like, he grabs her breast like a bag of sand. You've seen 40-Year-Old Virgin, and like he's obviously inexperienced, like Benjamin Braddock in The Graduate, and but she's she's into him for whatever reason. She really likes Dwayne.
I've already said why. So
Yeah. Okay.
Numerous
I was gonna try not to show anymore, but I got to show this one shot, just a real brief
Oh, no,
shot.
go ahead. Go ahead. As long as we're talking over everything and we're not playing sound, playing clips.
Yeah. So she closes her eyes and leans her head back, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get some nookie." Bam!
Yeah.
Oh! Pops out of the basket.
You cock-blocking son of a bitch.
And he's mad. The look on his face, he's so mad. It's like, you son of a bitch.
But I don't understand why he was holding her down and she's feeling like, let me go. Was like part of the mental connection, like what was making him hold her down?
Yeah, I wasn't real sure about that either. Yeah, it seemed like, he was, I don't know. Yeah, either it was the psychic connection, or he's just so like traumatized he didn't know what to do. Have a good night, Tommy.
Have a good one, Tommy, man. Thanks for coming through in the chat. Appreciate it.
But yeah, she said, "Let me go," and he's just not letting her go. He's just holding her and just staring back at his brother and cries,
freaking the fuck out.
Right. His brother's like,
oh, he's
flipping out.
Like, you're gonna try to get ass in front of me, right in front of me. First, you're gonna lie.
Right.
First, you're gonna lie about going out and trying to find some ass, and now you're gonna do it right in front of me. He was pissed.
He's pissed. And what does Dwayne do? I forgot about this. What does Dwayne do? He fucking wrapped Sharon up in the blanket.
What the hell was that?
And he throws her out the door.
What?
Why? Why?
Like, right into the wall, like boom.
Right. And then she's like, "Let me in." She was like, get off me, let me go. And then let me in.
That was insane. That's what made me realize how lonely she is, because she still wanted in there. She's banging on the door saying, "Let me in."
He's like, "Go away." Go, as he's shoving his brother back in. "Let me in." Shoving him back in the basket.
Lunatic this woman is. I think she might be crazier than anyone else in this movie.
Talk to me, please. And
then and then is walking downstairs through his hallway of idiot neighbors, and she starts screaming, "Dwayne!"
Yeah, everyone's out again. Yeah, there she is.
All in the hallway. Every time there's a ruckus, everyone in the building fills up the hallways.
Yeah, she's so upset because she wanted to get laid too.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude, her shit was probably fucking. She was probably on fire down there. She wants, like, I've been working for this Needleman asshole. I just want something. Poor woman.
But remember, the lock is still broken on that basket.
Yeah.
And she goes home, all the way home, and she goes to bed. But the window in Dwayne's apartment is open.
Okay, wait. This is also where we get that fucking shit where the three of us watching this were like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And I kind of had a feeling that they were going for what they were, but it was still not super clear. Not really very clear at all, the way they shot it.
No.
And because what we see is, like, Dwayne goes to bed, Sharon goes home and goes to bed, and the window's open. And then we see what looks like Dwayne running naked down the street of New York.
Yeah.
You know, with his cock flapping in the breeze.
No pants Dwayne running down the streets of New York.
No manscaping. Just running down the street.
It was 1982.
Yep. And so we finally saw our predicted 1982 bush, but it wasn't the kind we expected.
We were expecting, yes.
It was a man's bush. So we're like, why is Dwayne running down the street naked? And as I don't know how many people we got left, but and if any of you may have guessed, it's the mental link. Dwayne is asleep, but Belial is out, and Dwayne is imagining or dreaming that it's him running down the street naked, because Belial is naked, right? He's looks like a boglin, doesn't wear any clothes.
Yeah, he's
right.
You know, he's got no
And
pants.
right, and now Belial never sees himself in the mirror in the movie, so maybe he thinks of himself as looking like his twin brother, his identical twin brother, and that's why we see, either because they are twins, and that's how Belial sees himself, or because he's projecting what he's doing into Dwayne's dream, that Dwayne sees himself running down the street when it's actually his psychic link with his brother.
Yeah, that was the bit of the movie where they kind of threw a little curveball at you, like, oh, what are you supposed to think here? You know?
Right.
I mean, everywhere else in the movie, it was like direct. Everything else in the movie was direct. This part was not very direct.
Right. And you see what looks like Dwayne arrive at Sharon's place. And he comes in somehow. And Sharon is lying there asleep. And we see what look like Dwayne's hands reaching out.
Takes her blanket off. Feels one titty.
Yeah, we only see one.
One titty.
It may have been in her contract that she could only show one at a time.
Yeah.
Or just the right one. I don't know. But
yeah, the other one wasn't prepared.
Right.
The other one was camera shy.
And she's still asleep.
Feeling up on her titty.
Yeah.
Loving it.
So,
loving it.
Right. But she's still asleep. So this part is very uncomfortable to watch. And yeah, he even just like gives a little boop on the nip.
Yeah.
Just a little boop.
Just do a boop.
Just a
like
boop.
Like the way you boop someone's nose. He does on.
Yep.
He ends it with a boop.
It's exactly like that, but on a nipple. And then so he starts to caress her, and her eyes start to open a little bit. And when she opens them, she doesn't see Dwayne.
She ain't happy with what she sees.
Not happy at all. And she screams, freaks out. Dwayne wakes up and runs to her apartment as fast as he can.
Out of his drunken stupor. Oh, no, wait, that was later. What was it when Dwayne woke up from this one?
It was when she had showed up at his apartment and they were making out.
Yeah, that's when, okay.
Yeah, so he was just having a regular sleep, but he wakes up. He knows, just like earlier when the Boglin attacked somebody to kill him, when he was with her on the lunch date, and she knew, or he knew immediately, and he was like, he knows something's up, and he knows where to go. What's up, Krish? So he runs across New York City as fast as he can, and he gets there, but he's too late.
No, he's not. Well, all right. Is he too late for who? Because Goblin is still going. We see Goblin is still going with what he's doing. He's still he's still thrusting when he's on her. You see that?
I was really hoping to not have to describe it.
Whatever the hell Goblin.
It's not super graphic. You just basically see the camera looking up at her face.
But what could he even put in her though?
I don't know. I thought he was just going down on her. You know, because all he is all he is a face with a couple hands. You know, but we didn't get any reanimator scene.
It's been so long since I've seen that one.
That's where the decapitated head gives the cunnilingus. But no, but she's still screaming, and we didn't even realize at first. We're like, wait, he's not. Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, he is. And yeah,
I really hope not.
And yeah,
but he was.
He was thrusting. There was actually someone in control of that puppet to be thrusting.
She was the nicest one too.
Yeah,
and
she was.
and Dwayne
Her,
arrives.
her and Casey. Her and Casey.
Yeah, they were both nice. And he arrives and he stops, horrified by what he sees.
Has to pull him off of her.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
A big old mess of blood down below. Ugh.
Ugh. Yeah. And Belial just looks at him like, what? Those big, beady puppet eyes.
And so he goes back to the hotel with the basket, screaming his head off.
The basket.
He's in the hotel lobby, like screaming, and that guy who never changes his clothes. Now his antennas are up even more than before.
Yep. And he goes in, and already 3 times there's been horrible noise, commotion, and screaming and violence coming from the same room.
Oh, from his room, yeah.
And so he takes the basket and he's piling like magazines and the bloody files on top of it. He's slapping it. For the 4th time, everyone in the apartment comes to the door like, what's going on in there? Every single person shows up. But this time, the manager is ready with the key. Like, he's already got it out. He's like, yeah, here you go, this again.
I think he was waiting for this moment.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And they go in, and the top of the basket pops off, and you just see the hand. It reaches out, and it grabs his crotch,
lifts him up by the nuts.
Holding him up in the air by the crotch. That's jealousy right there, my friend. That is straight up jealousy. And then jumps up, grabs him by the neck, choking him, and they fall out the window together.
And then they're hanging on to the Hobro sign.
Yeah, hanging on to the Hobro sign.
That's where it says Hobro, yeah.
And then the prostitutes on the street, the streetwalkers, they're like, what's that up there? Look. Hey. And they all gather around.
That woman was like, hey, I get to act bad for 5 seconds too in this movie.
And then everyone gathers around. Just like in the hotel. Everyone shows up to watch. And he's choking him.
Yeah, he's a ball buster. He's a ball buster and a cock blocker, Chris.
Yeah. He's the worst brother ever.
Yeah.
And then
you don't go to the bar or the movie theater with this guy.
No. Some good puppet mechanics though before
Yeah, there were some.
Yeah.
And then they go plummeting to their what we thought was their death, but
right. Well, Dwayne his body already goes limp, and then Belial's grip loosens on the sign, and yeah, they fall to the ground, and you just see blood going down Belial's face. He's dead. Everyone comes out. The manager comes out. Someone's checking the pulse, and he just gives that look like, mm-mm. And everyone on the street is like,
I don't think
confused.
And he goes, I don't think he's going to make it. No, he doesn't say that.
Nope. And then credits roll as you see everyone else still gathered in the street looking at the dead bodies. The credits roll. The end. Question mark?
What is the question?
Yeah, but is it the end? Because we know there's Basket Case 2 and 3 in the same actor.
Fucking more of these with the same, not just the same actor, but you said
the same
hooker.
character.
right? You also said Casey.
Oh yeah, I think so.
You said she returns, right?
I think so. Let's see. Basket Case 2. Same director / writer.
Oh yes, I see.
Yep.
Yep. Casey
Beverly
returns.
Bonner is Casey. Back again.
Yeah, I was just looking at it too. So let's see, Basket Case 3.
And 2 has Brian Fitzpatrick. He's just a
But
bit part
you-
actor.
Yeah, so this, all right. What's his name? Kevin Van Henton.
Hentenrick. Yeah, Kevin Van Hentenrick.
Wow. So, wow, good on you, buddy, for getting 3 roles in the Basket Case series.
I know, right?
I mean,
And he plays man with basket and brain damage.
you can't ask for anything better.
It's a multiverse.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, shared universe. I had it backwards.
yeah, the King Kong.
Yeah.
Kong. Yeah. Well, you always gotta have like the big drops from high places, right? Like, we had that in Batman with the Joker at the end. We had that
Yep.
with Hans Gruber at the end of Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Jones gets shot out the window in RoboCop.
Yeah.
You always get shit like that. So
And that was the end of the movie.
So on your whole scale, you said you would never give this another chance again, right?
No, man. 3 out of 10.
You would want to watch again, right?
No, 3 out of
Well-
10, which I believe is my lowest so far.
You would say you would rather watch New Year's Evil before this one again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. New Year's Evil was kind of, I don't know. That's kind of.
New Year's Evil
I would watch
was more
Frogs.
random.
Yeah, New Year's Evil was. But I would watch. I'd say I'd watch Frogs again before I'd watch this again. But
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, Frogs is one of the best bad movies that we watched. I would probably watch Frogs again anyway.
I kind of liked it. I knew it was a shitty '70s movie, but I still liked it. I definitely
Yeah,
would
you
say
and I were flipped on this one because I thought this was the worst one.
you would watch The Exterminator before you would watch this one again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. See, I'd say
Of all the movies I've watched with you here doing this is the last one I would want to watch again.
Okay. See, I'd say The Exterminator of all the movies I've been picking lately.
You were cinematically blue-balled by that movie because you thought you were going to get flame-throwing murder porn.
It was the poster.
Yeah.
The poster pulled a total bait and switch on me.
Yeah. Oh, Pop Culture Curator is also familiar with Frogs.
Yep. Yeah, Raymoland is the old fat plantation owner in that. Remember the one who refuses to leave the land?
Yep, the hunter.
Yeah.
He got top billing on that movie.
He was also probably the biggest star in that movie. I don't think Sam Elliott really had, a big career at that point.
Yeah, dude, that movie had Sam Elliott. It had an amazing wardrobe, and it had Frog Mafia. Of course, I'd watch that again. Big Ray Milland fan.
So there would be never a repeat viewing of Basket Case for Darius.
I would prefer not to.
Yeah, I'd say I'd probably give this maybe one other time to watch.
Now, what did you like about it? Was it the the effects?
The acting was so terrible. I was mesmerized. I can't like the opening scene when he walks into the fucking hotel. How bad that guy behind the counter is. How bad he's acting. And then the old drunk man who was trying to plan to rob him. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The
Well,
story's not bad. The story in this ain't bad. A lot of other things in this movie are bad. I'm not gonna lie and say this is a good movie.
well,
But
there wasn't even enough mystery for me in the whole plot setup of like the conjoined twin brother who's like a killing monster. I would have put it off until maybe halfway through the film for the reveal.
all right, but then we also had to have the murder in the beginning, right? Like to set the whole thing off. So you're saying it should have started with like flashbacks? You're
No,
saying it should have
but
started
we
with
we find out pretty early on that it's a conjoined twin. I mean, it's in one of the earliest scenes, like when we first meet Dr. Needleman, that we see the scar, and they'd already figured it out.
Yeah, when he shows them the scar. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we do need that first scene, but that was Dr. Lifton Landlifton. Yeah, he got killed over the file. We needed that. And then of course Liftlander, yeah. So we need that. But, like other characters that were not involved with the procedure don't get killed, right? Because Casey doesn't get killed, and but Sharon does, even though the hit list has been completed. She's the final victim, which I didn't like seeing that happen to her. I would have liked her to escape, and for Dwayne to have to kill his brother that he's been protecting all this time and feeding him all this time and enabling him all this time, to have to decide to cut the psychic link and kill Belial to save Sharon. That would have been a better ending to me.
But then 8 years later, we wouldn't have gotten Basket Case 2. So.
Well, I don't know. You wouldn't think we'd get Basket Case 2 with him appearing to die at the end of this movie, but we did.
All right, well, how many goddamn times did Jason die in movies?
Yeah. But that's magic. That's like voodoo magic or something.
But yeah, thanks for chilling. I'm almost at 2.5. We're almost at 2.5 hours talking about this fucking movie.
I thought it was going to be a short one.
Nobody gives a flying fuck about.
Well, Pop Culture Curator does. He's a big fan.
The funny thing is, we had 3 people, and this went longer than I thought it would. So.
Yeah, dude, way longer than I thought. Longer than the movie.
I would say, all right, my list of movies now, because I had
you mentioned the acting though. You said that you like the bad acting. Now I'd say that the acting goes from like
love the
amazingly bad underacting to like way over the top bad acting.
Dude, when I see a movie and there's obviously bad acting, my eyes like light up. I love it. Fuck, love it. Oh my god, Birdemic. Birdemic is such a that is a masterpiece of horrible acting.
Yeah. And of course, I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, yeah, anyway, how is your sex life?
The Room is like just on the nose for bad acting, especially Tommy Wiseau in general.
Oh, hi, Mark.
The guy in Birdemic. Oh my god, he can't even walk without acting bad. This dude is walking and not giving lines, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, you are a terrible actor. You can't, because he's like looking left and right, like just out of the blue, like, boom, boom, like head tilting back and forth, back. Like, come on, no one walks like that. But he did.
Wait, what year was Birdemic?
Was it 2010s?
Okay, yeah. Because I thought there was an older Birdemic.
Let's see.
Right, because the idea is clearly lifted from The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock.
$2010. Mm-hmm. And then there was there was a sequel. Jesus fucking H Christ.
Could it be any worse?
Shit. Oh my god. What did they get a budget of another $150 to fucking splurge? Fucking Jesus Christ, dude. So
But yeah, thanks for the movie as always.
of course. I'll be back next week with another one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is yet.
I don't know what it is yet. I have a couple lined up. I don't know which one exactly I'm gonna pick.
Okay.
See you
Pull from the
later.
stash.
Well, first off, I'll say it later. Nate, thanks for coming through, Nate.
Yeah, thanks, Nate. Hail Parrot Head.
Parrot Head, Mr. CCDV, Low Spec, Sherry, Pop Culture Curator, formerly Darth Haster, as I know him as Darth Haster, but he's now Lord Haster. Tommy, of course. And Jedi Bill. Thank you for coming through. Shove it up your ass, you Russian bot. Krish came in at the tail end. All right, yo. Darius, go ahead and
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and plug Darius.
Hey, I am your friendly neighborhood cyborg cowboy, Darius Munchausen. Don't worry about it. However you pronounce it, you can catch me Monday nights at 8 p.m. on my weekly show, Hangout by Proxy. And yeah, you can, if you want to come on the show, just send me a message. And if you're cool, I'll send you a link. But yeah, other than that, you can find me here doing the viewer advisory bad movie reviews with Slasher. And I try to make time for a few other friends during the week. That 70s Rock Fan. He goes on Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, before my show. So, and I help him out with that. And then we got Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective in between. So you can bing, bang, boom. And yeah, thanks for watching.
All right. Thank you for coming through again. And yeah, Pop Culture, the reason I was showing the old comments was so I could scroll through the people who came through to watch the stream, just so I could show their name and say hello to them. So that's what I was doing. That's the way I do this, because I'm not professional at all. All right.
Thanks to all who joined us tonight.
I'll be back next Wednesday.
Yep.
Peace out, everybody.
Have a good night.